Today, I'll introduce you to my laser pistol, and no, I did not join the Space Forces. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not affiliated with the company Laser Ammo at all. I bought all of this stuff I will show you in this video out of my own pocket, so that out of the way, I want to introduce you to this pretty cool system they have, and it's always two different components. So you have the part that shoots the laser, and you have a target that registers when the laser hits it. So they have many different setups. You can have this Glock clone. There's different models or approximations of models due to licensing rights of the pistol. You also have rifles and or parts that you can install in your real firearms that then converts them temporarily to such a device. And then you have the targets, and I'll show you in detail how that works. Just a quick input. So why did I pick the Glock? Obviously, I think it makes sense to train with what you actually will be using the rest of the time. And to get a closest approximation, I use the Glock because I'm pretty used to the standard. I know how it handles, and it actually fits into my Glock holsters. So training really makes sense from a training perspective, right? Also note, they have some pistols which have gas cartridges, which will then actuate the slide here, moving back and forth. This gives you quite some added realism, but I picked this model because I really didn't need it for my specific use case. And I'll explain the use case of how I use this system to get some training, but first I would like to show you the pistol and then the targets a bit more in detail. So these are the magazines. Very Glock-like, right? The mags themselves just have a weight. They don't have any other function, so they add some weight to the pistol itself. Here we can open up the whole thing, insert a new battery. In the front we have the module that actuates the laser. We have a speaker, and it gives you some rather cringy sound, but usually I just have it taped up and then it's quiet. So now I have a pistol that is very close to what I usually use, but it's completely safe. It's not a firearm by all means, and actually the laser is eye safe, so this is not more dangerous than, let's say, this pen here. So when I pull the trigger and pay attention, you get a brief flash of the laser, and that will be then picked up by the targets. The rifle per se feels very Glock-esque. The trigger is actually pretty decent. It's not quite what you will have in your gun, so maybe if you want the real experience, you want to get a conversion kit for your existing firearm, so you will actually have the same trigger pull and all of that goodness. So, as I said, the company makes many different targets. I picked up this one, and as you can see, it's consisting of two parts. You have the base part and you have the target, and they have different forms and shapes and whatnot. You can build your own. You just need some kind of thin, slightly reflective paper or cardboard, and it will pick it up pretty well. So these targets, I have 5 of them, and I'll just demonstrate with one first and then show you the neat trick they have. They take 3 batteries, you can turn it on, set one of the many modes, and now the target is primed. So if I shoot next to the target, nothing happens as intended. And if I shoot at the target, I actually get feedback. It beeps, it stops being illuminated for a second, and then it automatically resets it. So now I can do my trainings, obviously at a bit bigger distance, but the real magic starts when I have a second target. I can shoot the first target and it doesn't reset. I shoot the second target, and now once I hit all of them, they reset. And I can do this with up to the 5 devices I have. I think you can hook up more than that, but depends on how much money you want to spend, right? So they have different modes, and let me show you mode B. And this will now not be very interesting because I just set up 2, but what it does is I shoot the first one and it will pick one of each to be the next target. So now it alternated to the left one, now again to the right one. and you get the gist of it, right? So if you have 5 of them, you can actually do quite the interesting challenges. You set them up at different places in your house or flat, and you can move from target to target and get a real good exercise, not only physically but also with your aim. So let me get mode B out of the way, and now we got mode C. And as you can tell, red is probably don't shoot, green is shoot, so you can add some more complexity to it, having to think. Now you're not only judging if it's shoot or no shoot, but also which target, and you can get real creative with this, especially if you have like 5 targets set up in different locations. So pretty neat. Mode A and B together is the same, but just way faster. And we got AC, which is I shoot the first one, I shoot the second one, I have to shoot them twice until they go down. So now you saw how this system works, and I'll explain you the use case, how I use this for training. First things first, after obviously paying for it, it's just a way to get cheap training, because I don't have to go to the range, I don't have to pay for the entrance fee, I don't have to pay for ammo. It's all free, right? And the nice thing is I can do this whenever I want, wherever I want. I can bring this along. So that's the perks of using this system for training. And it's not the same as obviously firing a real firearm on real target, but it's a pretty good approximation, which has quite some value when it comes to training your muscle memory and your reactions. So how I use this is, it's most fun if someone else sets up these targets for you. So you wait somewhere, the person sets up those 5 targets in different rooms, in different stories of the house, and you can now train room clearing. You can use your own home and memorize how you would do so. So that has a nice effect, and actually do this without any real firearms and any real ammo involved. So it's absolutely safe, which is a good thing, especially if you do this at home, right? Or anywhere where isn't a range. You don't want to be running around with weapons. So that's this system. I'm sure there's different brands that do similar products. If you have any experience with them, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any questions, I'll gladly answer all of them. And I hope you learned something. I really do think this is a valuable tool for anyone that is serious with firearms and wants to do some training. Get the extra training after work. If you don't have any time, set this up 5 minutes and get some training, and also have some fun. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay safe and have fun.